long gun battle. NATO-led forces were sent to the area. A witness said they saw United States helicopters. An Afghan Interior Ministry official told VOA that the government expected the Taliban to target this area. He said the government is trying to provide security. On Sunday, the United Nations in Afghanistan and the Independent Human Rights Commission said the lack of security is the greatest threat before elections on August 20th. The United States Defense Department denies reports that it is targeting Afghan drug dealers. The New York Times reports that the United States has added 50 suspected drug traders in Afghanistan to a list of targets to be killed or captured. The newspaper says the 50 are reported to have ties to the Taliban. Defense Department spokesman Brian Whitman says the United States military does target militants who are using illegal drug sales to pay for terrorist attacks. Afghanistan produces more than 90% of the world's opium. The crop is used to make the illegal drug heroin. Israeli airplanes bombed an underground passageway along the border between the Gaza Strip and Egypt on Monday. The Israeli army said it was answering Palestinian rocket attacks from Gaza into Israel. Israeli officials say the tunnel was being used to move bombs into Gaza. On Sunday, the Israeli Prime Minister said Israel's withdrawal from the Gaza Strip 4 years ago was a mistake because it did not bring peace or security. Benjamin Netanyahu said the mistake would not be repeated. Members of the Palestinian organization Fatah are voting for new leaders. Officials say some members were prevented from reaching voting places by the opposing group Hamas. Fatah delayed announcing new leaders to give members more time to vote. Fatah members already voted to support the creation of a Palestinian state next to Israel. They also re-elected Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas. But the Foreign Minister of Israel, Avigdor Lieberman, said other new positions taken by Fatah are extreme and would hurt the peace process. You are listening to the news in VOA Special English. American Secretary of State Hillary Clinton says the leader of Angola has promised to hold a presidential election in what she called a timely manner. She spoke to reporters Monday after meeting with President José Eduardo dos Santos in the capital, Luanda. Angola has not had a presidential election in nearly 20 years. That is partly because of a long civil war that ended in 2002. Mr. dos Santos has been president for 30 years. From Angola, Ms. Clinton traveled to the Democratic Republic of Congo. She was welcomed by large in Kinshasa. She is expected to meet with President Joseph Kabila on Tuesday. Ms. Clinton is also to visit Nigeria, Liberia, and Cape Verde on her African trip. The foreign ministers of Iraq says his country is appealing to Iran to release 3 Americans. They were detained after crossing the border from northern Iraq into Iran. They were last seen on July 31st. Iraqi Foreign Minister Hoshaz Zavari says the three had simply gotten lost while hiking. Mr. Zavari says he met with Iran's ambassador to Iraq last week and talked about the three detained Americans. American officials are working with Switzerland's ambassador in Iran to get more information. The United States does not have diplomatic relations with Iran.